Uganda has hosted the second annual East African Court of Justice Conference. The conference was officiated by the first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for East African Affairs, Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga.
Perhaps one of the areas which will not be directly in your hands is the standardization. We still have trouble in some partner states where qualifications are not necessarily acceptable. They are not being standardized as yet, and yet our citizens are studying in all our jurisdictions and expect to practice in all of them.
Rebecca Kadaga highlighted the need to improve on the structures of collaboration among the member states.
We are supposed to establish the Trade Regimes Committee within the community, which will address breaches of the treaty. It has not been set up, but at the next council in November, it's one of the things we are going to discuss and establish. It's long overdue. Yes.
Limited funding is mentioned for limiting operations of the East African Court of Justice.
Indeed, this judicial conference is a special event in the record of the East African Court of Justice. It affords an opportunity to reflect not only on its one-year journey, but also from the inception to date. We offset conversations that will strengthen the capacities of judges, judicial officers, and court users.
Member states are concerned about failure by colleagues to abide by the treaty protocols.
With these concerns that are raised here and there, not only in one country, it is high time for all states to come together and sit on this issue, have a debate, and then with time we will come up with a solution.
The Chief Justice of Uganda, who was represented by Justice Godfrey Kiriabwiri, committed cooperation with the judicial system of member states.
Bring the East African Court of Justice to Kampala to handle sessions on our land this November 2022 is a very welcome development, as it will not only bring justice services nearer to our people, but it will inevitably also equip our legal practitioners and judicial officers with contemporary jurisprudence in the community affairs. And so again we say, karibuni sana.
Stakeholders identified limited legal representation of litigants in East African Court of Justice, which in turn affects access to justice.
According to the court, this right is not contingent on the individual requesting for the said assistance. Rather, the respondent state has an obligation under Article 7(1)(c).
The second annual East African Court of Justice Conference was held under the theme Transforming Access to Justice in East African Community. Abdul Nasili Lubwama and Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.